What is up, everyone? So today we have the 2015 Hyundai Sonata, and we got these Farron LED projector style headlights, and these are for the low beam. So these, I do only recommend the actual LED setups if you do have the projector style headlights, because it's going to funnel this light a lot further. If you don't, I recommend the regular halogen or the HID bulbs, so that way you get the light output you want in the direction you want it at. Okay, so these are claimed to be 300% brighter LEDs, and these are the 9005, so that's what it's going to take for your low beam. Okay, this is supposed to be a bright white light, and what it does is it has your plug and play kit. You have your ballast set up here, and you got your two LEDs, one on top, one on bottom, with your fan that's gonna spool pretty high. I do not recommend the LED setups without the fan, because these do get hot, especially in a housing. So you want to be able to cool that heat sink down. And if you notice, if you do buy these without the fan, they're going to be significantly lower as far as the light output, the lumens, and they may not even be a white light. What you want to do is identify, of course, what bulb you're going to need for your car, because this isn't just for the Hyundai Sonata, it's for an abundance of vehicles. And then you want to figure out which location your high beam and low beam are. So typically your high beam is going to be something like this, and your low beam is going to be in your projector. Some vehicles just have one of these for their projector, and it has both high beam and low beam built into it, so keep that in mind. Some of them both are projectors as well, so it depends on your vehicle. Figure out which one's high and low beam, but typically your high beam will look like this without any projector glass, and it will typically be on the inside, and your low beam will be on the outside to kind of give you more coverage. Identified which one's high beam and low beam, you'll come over here to this side, and you'll notice a cover up here. The small one, that'll be your blinker. This one here will be your low beam, and this one here will be your high beam, and a main power supply that goes in. So what you need to do is twist this. This cap comes off, and inside of here you'll have a bulb that you need to twist, either left or right. It's kind of hard to do it with one hand, so you need to untwist that and then unplug the plug that's going to be inside. So this is what it looks like. Before you unclip it, you need to twist it outward. So just twist it and then pop it out, and then you'll be able to take it out. The way it needed to twist was this direction. So this bottom piece twists down and out towards the fender like this, and then you just pull it straight out. Now you have a little clip in here that you just need to push down on this and then pull out, and then this whole plug will undo. Okay, if you're replacing one of the bulbs, I recommend placing them both, so that way you get the same hue and color output, and they're both brand new, and they live to this about the same life expectancy, so you know if one goes out, the other one's soon to go out as well. Okay, so now what you need to do is push down on this and pull out, just like so. And then your new one, your new setup, will just plug right in like that, and then that's it. Now you put this back in the same way, and it'll go in this way, and then you twist and lock it in. So if you look closely right here and right here, the tabs are big, and then right here the tab's small. On this, on the two tabs down here are big, and the tab up top is small. So what I recommend you doing is putting it like this and then pushing it down to lock it in place. But since this tab here is about the same size as this top tab, it doesn't matter. So I don't recommend it going in this way if you have a tight area like this. Okay, what you need to do is try to lift it up and then let it fall back down. because when it's like this hits on the inside of this plastic down in here. So it hits down at the bottom, and since your projector's way up here, you're kind of fighting it, so it'll be loose in there. And if you got big hands like myself, it's going to be hard to actually get it to twist over. So I recommend doing something like this, putting this on top and then twisting over, so that way you could kind of tug on this wire to cinch it. Okay, so the moment of truth to make sure that they turn on. And as you can see, they both turn on. Okay, what you need to do is, before you cover the back, make sure your fans are running. Just keep in mind, if you do go with the bright white, your high beams are not going to match, and you're going to need to buy both of them if you want them to match. But technically it's not a big deal, especially because most people don't use their high beams unless they're out in like the mountains or something. But in that case, that's probably pretty rare unless you live up there. So your high beams are okay as is, unless you want to spend the extra coin. When you're checking your high beams or low beams to see their intensity, make sure you turn on your vehicle, because they'll give it extra power to power these things, which is going to be at the normal state at which you're going to run your lights anyway. So we won't know the full intensity until we start driving with them. So 300% more brighter than your normal halogens, I'm not sure because we're not driving with it. And it all depends on the clarity of your glass on the inside of the projector, and then your glass on the outside as well. Also, when you're leveling out your headlights, I recommend doing it on a flat surface and backing it up from off the driveway, but make sure it's not on the slope part of the driveway, and then you could kind of level it out and make sure both of them are even, and then take it in the street and you could make sure from left to right they're even as well. That's going to complete today's video. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. If you want to see content like this and other content I'll be posting in the near future, consider subscribing. Until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one.